Hi everyone, my name is Gregory Kogan, and I'm going to go over in this video on long-term liabilities for intermediate accounting. The idea here with long-term liabilities is that we are going to study about how to look at bonds, how to compute the interest expense on bonds, and how to work with these computations in a way that makes sense. And the way I like to go over this is by doing examples right away so that you know what to study, so that you know exactly what the problem is in advance of even studying. So starting with the first question here, we have Farmer Company issues $20 million of 10-year 9% bonds on March 1, 2012 at 97 plus accrued interest. These bonds are dated Jan 1, 2012 and pay interest on June 30th and December 31st. What is the total cash received on the issue date? So let's see here. 0.97 applied to 20 is 19.4. So you have that as a starter base, right? All you do is you multiply the percent always by what they issue. Okay, so that's the start. And now the other part of it is accrued interest, which is we solve it by looking at it in a different way. What we see here is we have some accrued interest. And since the bond pays on June 30th and December 30th, it pays 6 months worth of interest on each one of those payment dates, right? But the situation is that it was issued on March 1, right? This is March 1 right here. So it's going to pay, the bond is going to pay 6 months worth of interest here, but it really owes 4 months, right? It pays 6 months, but it really owes 4 months. So since it pays more than it owes, a little amount gets tacked on to the issuance amount. So in other words, this is 1/3, and this is 2/3, because this is 4 months and this is 2 months. So the whole interest amount that we're talking about here is 20 million times 9% divided by 2, so it's 900,000. So 1/3 of 900,000, 1/3 of 900,000 is 300,000. Basically, what we're saying is that since you didn't hold the bond on Jan and Feb, but you're going to pay the interest on Jan and Feb, and April, May, June, you're going to pay 900 anyway, you should get this 300 extra so that when you pay 900, you're even. So the answer here is 19.7 million. All right? So moving on to the next question, here we have a company issues 15 million 7.8% 20-year bonds to yield 8% on Jan 1, 2012. Interest is paid on June 30th and December 31. The proceeds from the bonds are 14,703,109. Using effective interest amortization, how much interest expense will be recognized in 2012? So you know what the issuance amount is, right? Now what we do is, the formula is the amount times the effective interest rate, which is the yield. The trick here is that we have 2 payment periods, right? We have 2 payment periods because this all started right in the beginning of the year, but we have interest paid on June 30th and the 31st, right? And the proceeds from the bonds are 14,703,109. So how much interest expense will be recognized in 2012? So we have this here, right here, and we have this right here, the 2 payment periods. So the question is, how much will it be? So now, in the first payment period, we start looking at it by entering the 14,703 times 4%, right? And I get, if you multiply that out, I get 588,124. 588,124. And with that, that's the interest expense. Now this less 585K, how do I get 585? That's the coupon payment. That is simply 15 times 8 divided by 2. It's 6 months worth of, I'm sorry, 15 times 3.9%. It's the face amount times half the coupon because it's half the year. So what you get is 3,124. And this 3,124 is the discount amortization. You see, this amount is less than 15 million. So we have to amortize that discount every 6 months. We amortize a piece. So that's how much we amortize. We amortize 3,124. So that the next carrying amount, what we get is, we get this number plus the 3,124. Because now we amortize this discount, so the carrying amount is a little bit more. The carrying amount is now going to be 14,706. $14,706,169, right? And to calculate the next expense, you multiply this by 4%, and now you're getting 588,249. Right? And basically, you add up for the expenses the 588,249 that you got, and then the 588,124 that we had before, and the sum of these two yields the answer. 588,124 plus 588,248 yields us to 176,374, which is our correct answer.